So Anthony Scaramucci, as soon as he was named White House Communications Director, made one of his first priorities to go after these leaks, to A, try and figure out who is leaking information to the press, and B, to get those people out of the White House and stop it from happening. And he has been very forceful in his threats to fire everybody.
We are working together, the president and myself and other members of his team in law enforcement, to undercut and undercover or out, if you will, the leakers in the entire country. Those are the types of leaks that are so treasonous that 150 years ago, people would have actually been hung for those types of leaks.
The great irony is that the leaks have continued in full force since he took over on Friday. In fact, on the day that he was named communications director, you had a lot of reporting based on unnamed sources that he and Reince Priebus do not get along, Priebus being the chief of staff. Now, Scaramucci tried to put the best face on that when he addressed reporters on Friday, saying, well, we're really like brothers.
Reince and I have been personal friends for 6 years. We are a little bit like brothers, where we rough each other up once in a while.
And yet, he seemed to confirm those leaks and escalate things even further when all of a sudden he was accusing Reince Priebus of leaking a financial disclosure form to Politico, when in fact the financial disclosure form is a public record that news outlets have full access to. Scaramucci himself, when he called into CNN, seemed to cast the relationship or the future of a working relationship between him and Reince Priebus into great doubt.
We have had odds. We have had differences. When I said we were brothers from the podium, that's because we're rough on each other. Some brothers are like Cain and Abel. Other brothers can fight with each other and then get along. I don't know if this is repairable or not. That will be up to the president.
The Trump White House has been like the leakiest in recent memory, largely because you have these very different factions represented in the same building. So you've got the establishment Republicans represented by folks like Reince Priebus and previously Sean Spicer. You have the populist wing of the White House, so that's folks like Stephen Bannon from Breitbart and Stephen Miller. And then you have some Democrats in the White House, quite frankly, people like Gary Cohn and Jared Kushner from a very prominent Democratic family. And so all of those people have very different worldviews. They're all battling for the president's ear, and invariably some of that tension leaks out into the press. And so what's striking here is you see this pattern of Scaramucci, even as he's on the warpath against leaks, himself spilling the beans on stuff that was supposed to be confidential. One other notable factor here is that Scaramucci mentioned in his call-in to CNN that he had just spoken with the president before calling in to CNN and had his blessing to make this phone call.
I just spent about 15 minutes on the phone talking with the President of the United States, who has given me his full support and his full blessing.
The president is apparently fine with this kind of circus shows, which is consistent with his reality show background and the way he does politics. He likes drama, and he likes to have people within his camp kind of competing for his loyalty. And so I think that it's a mistake to look at the scenario and say, wow, what a distraction this is. This is undermining the president's work. Maybe it is, but the president apparently wants things going this way. The show is here, and the president is totally embracing it.